Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Kluk TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit sweetswinescoop.com.
Get ready for a website like no other. A website where you will find stories done by reporters, tourists, and celebrities from Sweet Swine County. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County. With nothing happening in their county, they decided to do some stories about the businesses and points of interest located in their neighboring towns and counties. Take a unique look at life inside the small towns of the Midwest by visiting DestinationSmallTown.com.
Get ready, because now you can see a late-night talk show filmed in front of a discerning yet agreeable studio audience. Split Hoof tonight. Cousin John and his incomparable sidekick, Earl Silo, interview a roster of guests who make appearances that you won't want to miss. Now on this station and the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns, with the release of How to Be Jealous of Yourself by Prairie Ann. Born with a total package and surrounded by jealousy her entire life, Prairie Ann shares her personal rise to the top as Sweet Swine's hometown sweetheart. Prairie Ann has thrown off the yoke of pure envy, theirs, not hers, and has put her vast wealth of knowledge in this tell-all book. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
Get ready, America, because you're about to see the best of the women of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine County's #1 daytime show.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Women of Sweet Swine County, where we share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. And I'm here today with my co-host, Paris again. Hi Paris, how are you today?
Hi Ann, good, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
I'm so excited about today's show, and I know you are.
I am.
Yeah.
When I heard Maureen was coming back, I was like jumping up and down, doing the happy dance.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yay, she's coming back.
I know, she was one of our, well, they're all our favorite guests, but
yes, they are.
She kind of left a
she was
lasting
exceptional.
impression. She
yes,
did.
she.
All right,
Let's get her out
yes, ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome from Scott County, Minnesota, the town of Jordan, Miss Maureen Carlson.
Yay.
Maureen, it is great to have you back on the show. I know Prairie Ann is just thrilled to death that you were
so
here.
Excited.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back, and you're from Jordan.
I am.
So
Outside,
what's been going on in Jordan?
Well, you know, when you're in a small town, things change pretty fast
rapidly,
and then
yes.
slow. People think small towns, nothing happens, but things are always changing. And if people go to the jordanchamber.org, they will see a schedule of things that are happening. And we have a wonderful summer beanbag tournament, which is
sounds
the
like
biggest
fun.
in Scott County. And we have a wonderful Heimat Fest, which is our fall family celebration. And then apples. Apples are
apples, yes.
perennial.
Yum.
And the Minnesota Harvest Apple Company is renewing some things about their event schedule. So they could check that out too, Minnesota
how
Harvest.
fun. Lots of things
Yeah.
to do in
Yes.
Jordan. But Maureen, what did you bring to show
I
us
looked
today?
at all of
Look
this.
at this.
Well, today I brought characters because I do make characters. I brought characters and I brought hats.
Oh,
Lots
I
of
like
hats.
hats.
We
I
love
hats.
Now,
As
there's
you can
always
tell.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
giddy up.
Now, there's always a reason that I bring things that I bring.
Okay, so what's the reason for the hats?
Well, I wanted to use them as an illustration because in my place in Jordan at Maureen Carlson's Center for Creative Arts, I teach a lot of classes and I do retreats and I teach people how to work with polymer clay. But what I'm really teaching them to do is design their life. Now,
perfect.
a lot of people say, oh, I'm not a designer.
I've said it.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to ask a couple of questions to see if you're a designer. Did you choose what you're wearing today?
Yes, I did.
Aha. And did you buy your makeup yourself?
Yeah.
Aha. And did you choose the significant other that's living with you in your life or not, or friend did you choose those people?
That's
Those are
designing?
all things that you did to design your life.
Wow.
And so I sort of sneak it in on people that they're designing their life because, you know, it's about choosing colors and shapes and things you love. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know what they love. They
Oh, really?
They don't know what they love. So we're going to do a little exercise with
Okay.
hats. So let's pull out some hats.
Okay.
And, you know, we got a whole bunch of them. Let's just pull them out fast. I probably
Awesome.
have lots and lots of hats.
my gosh, it's
now,
endless.
I am
Mother Nature
guessing
hat.
that.
Oh, wow.
That looks
Oh,
like
and then we have
Paris.
some ribbons.
The
So
big
I'm
hippie
going to put the
hat.
ribbons right here.
Oh,
that
more
was my
feathers.
father's
I'm liking
hat.
this one. I think
And we
this
have
one's
awesome.
cool.
Oh, wait, we aren't done.
We aren't done.
This
Oh,
is
wow.
my
Oh, that's
favorite.
really
It's
cool,
actually
too.
wearing out. I've worn it so
Wow.
much.
A beret.
And
Now,
then we
did you
have.
make those, Maureen? Did
floppy
you make the
hat.
You know, I didn't make
You didn't
any
make
of
those?
these hats. Oh, that's actually the one that I wear the most. That's wearing
That's
out.
wild.
So, did you find one you liked?
I
I'm
kind of
not
like this
sure.
one. I'm kind of partial to this
What do you
one.
think? Let me try this.
Yep, that's you.
Is this me? Oh, it's a little big. But is it?
I love it. Now, tell me something you know about Prairie Ann by looking at the hat that she chose.
Well, she's very eclectic.
She's very eclectic.
That's what I would say.
And it looks nice on her. It doesn't look
It
good on
does.
me.
It doesn't look
Thank you.
garish or gaudy.
You know
It
what?
does.
looks-
It fits.
It's sort of with those little dangles.
It's
My friend
sparkly.
Jean made that one.
She has a sparkly personality,
Tell her
so
she
it's
did a good
sparkly.
job. Yes.
So right away, you guys knew what a choice, but I know you're
Wow.
both very creative people.
I don't know.
And what does this one tell about Paris?
That says that she's very cosmopolitan, very worldly.
A little sexy. She's got that
Yes.
little peeking out from
Yes.
underneath that hat. So those are the kinds of choices that people make when they start to listen to their own voice. And so what I do in my classes, even if it's a class about making a dragon, what
Oh,
I
I
do
like the
in my
dragon.
classes is I help teach people to listen to their own voice. Some people ask somebody else what they should do, and some people listen to their own voice. And to me, that's the most exciting, when people learn to listen to their own voice and make those choices. So this little guy, where would you stick him in your garden? Do you have a garden?
Yes. Probably under the bird bath
Ah.
to keep watch, especially if it was this one with the bird on his hat. I would think, well, like you had said, he could be a dragon keeper, and I'd think, well, he could be in charge of the birds. Make
be.
sure they're
I wonder-
fed and watered.
Wonder if he's afraid of any of them.
No.
No, he's very brave.
He doesn't look like
He's very
he's
brave.
afraid of anything.
Now, also here on the table, I have
A dragon.
dragon and a little confused troll.
Oh,
That's
troll.
what that is.
Yeah, it's a little troll. And
And
then,
he's scratching his head, isn't it cute?
there on the, leaning up against the prince, that's a frog, is a mask. And this, I have masks like this that are hanging on my fence. And my friend Dawn Marie, who's from Belle Plaine, which is a little neighboring town to mine, she says that when people wear hats, other people are put more at ease, and they're more apt to look you in your eye. because they're directed there by your hat.
That makes
And she
sense.
finds that even strangers are friendlier to her when she wears
When
it.
she
Oh,
wears a
wow.
hat.
Yeah.
We'll have
Wow.
to try that.
So maybe the
Try
same.
that with
Probably why
Nicole.
we wear a hat.
We'll try that
Yeah.
with Nicole.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more on a serious note.
Oh, wow.
People that don't like really whimsical things might want to put something like this hanging on their patio wall.
Wow.
And it's a little shrine, and this is actually a little turtle shell.
real
Is it
turtle
a real
shell, I
turtle
noticed
shell?
that.
That's what I thought.
And so
Where
this
do you
is
find real turtle shells,
someplace a turtle has been.
Ben?
Oh.
So they're hard to find.
Yeah.
I found this one in Florida.
Okay.
On a beach in Florida. And so this is a little shrine that just helps me remember to honor the natural things that one finds.
Could you put anything in there, like a sand dollar or a shell or something?
Yes. And Paris, could you pull something out from out of here? Let's see.
Those look
And that will
interesting.
pull apart. So these are also made from polymer clay and alcohol inks.
Oh,
And that's
really?
what gives it the aged effect.
Yes. And then they can come apart and they can become like a game. So see this? See, they can
Then.
come
Oh,
apart.
fun.
And you can stack them in different ways.
Oh, so if you're bored with the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
with the design, you can redesign.
Changeable totems.
It's
Yes.
Interchangeable
Yes.
totems.
Yes.
feng shui with the totem.
I'm really drawn to Franny Jane over there
Because
because she's a fairy. And I'm part fairy.
well, that would be a kindred spirit
Exactly.
kind of thing there.
Exactly.
You know, I was wondering when I put this costume on that here I am at this age and I'm still wearing sort of fairy kind of clothes. And I was thinking, I think fairies never
Age.
stop. I think they
never
age,
do.
but they never
Well,
stop.
great.
No, they
Gracefully,
don't
maybe.
stop. They shouldn't
You know,
stop. Why should they
they're
stop?
thousands
I
of
don't
years
think they
old and-
stop.
And
Drawn-
what's her story?
Yeah, I was gonna
'Cause
say, what is-
She's
what
got to
is
have
the
a story. The way she's got
She
her arms
does have a
spread
story. And her little story is about symbols, how we all need some sort of symbols that we can look at and go, oh, that's me. So here's her story. Franny Jane is a Pipsy-Wagon, and she's this size.
Pipsy-Wagon.
Pipsy-Wagon. And the Pipsy-Wagons came and introduced themselves to me. I don't know why, I'm just an ordinary person, but they came and introduced themselves to me. And we've had a long relationship now, and I've made a whole line of these for the gift market. But this particular one I love. Franny Jane makes jellies and jams, and she dries herbs. But
that
she
sounds like
noticed
her.
that her herbs were starting to get tasteless. And her jellies and jams were losing their flavor. And she figured out that
So was she losing her mojo, or?
well, yeah, because you know what would happen? She's such a hard worker that every time the sun would come in the window in a certain kind of way and she'd want to go out and play, she'd pull down the shade. And every time the scent of the June roses, like the yellow ones, would waft in the door, she would shut the door because she had work to do. And as she did this over and over, she started to get this crick in her neck, and the herbs were drying out. And one day she looked out the door before she went and slammed it, and she saw the butterflies out there just flying and flying. And she said, that's what I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to go out and dance. And so she had Petunia Bell make her this little costume with the little wings and the little flowy petals. And now when she's in her kitchen and she's doing those herbs and she's doing the jelly, and the sun comes in with that special thing, and the smell comes in with that special smell, she doesn't slam the door. She goes and she puts on the little costume. She runs outside and she dances around the roses at least 3 or 4 times. And then she comes back to work. And now her jams and jellies are tasting better.
Yes.
But best of all, that crick in her neck, it's gone.
And that's called balance.
That is
She's
balance.
putting balance in her life.
She is.
And Maureen, I see that
Oh,
you do
yes.
a fairies, gnome, and troll book
I do.
showing everybody how to make this.
I do.
Where's this available at?
It's available online in lots of
Okay.
different places. It's nationally published, and it's also available at my place in Jordan and on our website, which is wefolk.com.
That's where I prefer to get it, is at your place in Jordan. Then we can talk to you and
Yes.
get all kinds of tips and hints. But we do have a surprise for the people in our studio audience that can make it to Maureen soon. She is giving one away to everybody in the studio audience. Isn't that wonderful? You're so generous. Yay.
We'll all be making fairies
Yes.
and trolls.
And look at this. This is really interesting when I looked in the book, and I think
That's what I have.
we have him
Look
here
at-
today, don't we?
Right here.
I noticed that. I'm like, this is a familiar face. What's the
Did you
story
see his
behind
name?
him?
Did you see his name?
No. What is his name?
Theodore Fungi.
He's
Yay.
a toadstool gnome.
Toadstool gnome.
Oh, wow. And it goes in a
That one
pot?
goes in the ground.
Or in the ground. Oh,
It goes
in the
right
ground.
into
It
the
is quite
ground.
heavy.
Okay.
Yes, so he can grow along with the plants.
So it'd be fun just to have a little grouping.
yes.
Paris, can you pick that one up? That's
can try.
kind of I'll hand it to you. It matches Theodore Fungi. Is he in here, Maureen,
No,
too? How to
he
make
is-
Does he have
him?
a name?
I
Well,
don't
what's
think
his
that
name
one
then?
is in there. Ooh, I don't have one. I'll just make it up. George.
Truffle.
George Truffle.
Yeah.
Truffles are
I know.
Fungi.
Yes, they are a fungi.
Maureen, we just love what you've brought to share with us today. But can you tell us a little more about your retreat center?
I'd love to tell you about my place because I do love it. I've been there since 1998, so it's 14 years. And it's a retreat center school. So people come to learn how to do things like this. Plus, I have visiting teachers. But really, they come to get in touch with themselves, I think. But my expertise is in polymer clay, so that's how people know my name.
Is that what that
Yes,
is?
this is
Okay.
polymer clay, and so it bakes in an oven. And that's a 275-degree oven, and it gets hard. I have a dormitory that sleeps 8, so people can stay there, and so people can come anywhere from 1 night to 14 nights. Once in a while, we'll piggyback a couple of classes, and people come from all over the world, though mostly United States and mostly Minnesota, but we get people from all over. People can, the best way to find out when to come and visit is if they look on my website, which is maureencarlson.com, because I'm a little bit, I change a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
With the wind, change
Yeah, I
with the
kind
wind.
of change with the wind. We do birthday parties, we do storytellings, we have groups that come in for storytellings.
Like school groups or just any sort of group?
Women's tour groups, children's school groups, birthday parties of all ages. And when people come, some people say they come there to run away and to breathe.
To breathe and to find themselves
Yes.
again.
Isn't that good?
For balance. That
to
is
read,
awesome.
Or maybe to redesign their life.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's true too.
Maureen, I see you brought some friends with you today. Can you explain
Well,
who they are?
I can try.
Okay.
Some things are unexplainable, but this is my partner and husband, Dan, and he has with him a walking stick. It started out as a walking stick, but he moves. And if you pull him out of that cement, he has a little cement base that Dan built. And then if you stand him on the floor and twist him a little bit, his head moves.
And his
cool.
arms. Oh, cool.
So maybe he could look at the audience. Could he turn and look at the audience?
He can.
And then he likes to shake hands. And there's that lady in the front row with that bright red hat. Maybe he can
Yeah.
flirt with her a little bit. And if you stand him on the ground, he sort of gets a little quivers.
Wow. Cute.
So he becomes like a little puppet walking stick that I can walk through
fun.
festival. And you might notice that it looks a little bit like Dan.
He does.
And that little profile
He doesn't
view.
have as much hair, but he does.
Yeah.
It's at the same time.
He's cute.
Many times she'll ask.
He's cute like Dan.
He is.
Well, folks, we're out of time for today, but thank you for being here. And remember, we share small town stories with big town attitude, for we are the women of Sweet Swine County. Bye-bye for now.
The lifestyles led in the small towns and counties of the Midwest are like no other. But we seldom hear about the points of interest and businesses located in these towns. Well, there's one TV station that's made it their mission to make sure the stories of the small towns of the Midwest are told, Kluk TV. That's right, Kluk TV, located in the neighboring county of Sweet Swine. See all the towns that are covered on KLUKTV.com.
Get ready, because now you can watch the zany soap opera that tells the story of the citizens of Sweet Swine County who live and love as the corn grows. The show gives viewers a tongue-in-cheek look at life inside Sweet Swine County with a lovable cast of characters who bring new meaning to the word corny. Now on this station and the World Wide Web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publication, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tale Publications is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of It's You, Not Me, a guide to breaking up by Paris Ritchie. Born to wealth, Paris Ritchie is one of the most photographed women in the world. Women want to be her, and men fall at her feet. Although her love life is well documented in the tabloids, don't believe everything you read. Paris has had to kick more than a few lovers to the curb for what she calls shenanigans unbecoming of a Paris man. She's just a woman who knows exactly what she wants in a man, and what she brings to any relationship. So if an affair ends, it's you, not her. Each of these towns are being considered for a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns, visit destinationsmalltown.com.
This program has been made possible by The Daily Boar. This sometimes daily newspaper reports the news the residents of Sweet Swine County want to know. Also now featured online at sweetswinescoop.com.
Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our stories. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome to another episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show we have for you today. Not only will I be making a wonderful hot dish, but I have a very special guest that will help me, and I have special reports from our What's Cooking reporters. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Today, I'd like to welcome from right here in Sweet Swine County, in fact, right across the street, is our very best friend, waitress Norma. Welcome, Nosy Norma. Welcome, Norma. Welcome to the Cooking It Up with Betty show.
Well, thank you, Betty. But I was just wondering, why would you ask me? Is it because I'm like right across the street at Edie's?
Why would you say that, Norma? You know, you're a natural choice for on my show. After all, you're in the business and you have, always serving that really good food, and you have your own column, and if I want to know anything, I'm going to come to you, because you're probably the best informed person in all of Sweet Swine County.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I want you on my show?
I guess you're right. I just was hoping I wasn't just a fill-in.
Oh, no, not at all. Why don't you put the apron on, Norma? And now you work at Edie's here in Sweet Swine County, right? But there's another Edie's, isn't there?
Yes.
Outside Sweet Swine County?
Yes, there's one in Fairmont, Minnesota, just outside of Sweet Swine County.
Oh. Well, isn't that awesome? Well, anyway, let's get started.
Betty, this is a cooking show, and you do realize that I just served the food at Edie's. Randy is the chef. I sure hope you don't think I'm gonna cook.
Relax, Norma. Just relax and enjoy. This is going to be so much fun. My show not only tells people what to eat, but where to eat.
Where to eat?
Yes, indeed. I have a staff of reporters that search out all the different places that are good places to eat outside Sweet Swine County, and then they report back to us. They share that information. Let's go watch one of those right now, okay?
Lola Leftover here, filing my latest report of what's cooking. I and my fellow reporters have discovered incredible main courses, entrees, appetizers, and daily specials in small towns of the Midwest. Now you can learn what we've learned on KlukTV.com. I found them so delicious, I was the only leftover. Lola Leftover.
Abby Appetite. head reporter for the What's Cooking team, taking a look at the new stories about dining options in the small towns of the Midwest. Main courses, entrees, appetizers, and daily specials, all in the small towns of the Midwest. And you see them all on KlukTV.com. Hey, let's pick one out and go there together. Remember, you'll be traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite.
Betty, I just love those cooking reports, and that Lenny leftover, he's such a hunk.
Oh, I agree with you there. You know what? I think I'm going to send him over to the Edie's in Fairmont to do a special report. You know, I am the cooking show host. I can tell him where to go.
You sure do tell him.
Oh, what was that?
No, nothing. And I see that we're cooking something here.
Yes, we are. Today we're making a hot dish that I call Betty's Amore Italian. And what I've done so far is I've browned the ground beef. I've pre-cooked the pasta to al dente. You do know what al dente means, don't you? Mm-hmm. And then I've made the secret sauce, the very special sauce. And it's a tomato-based sauce. Doesn't that look good? And we're going to add this. Would you like to stir this up?
I would love the honors.
Okay, let's get started here. Well, you know, Edie, the cafe has some specials. Do you have any secrets from over there that you'd like to share with us?
Well, you know, our specials are hash browns, and we make a really good egg salad. Prairie Ann, she just loves to eat those, and we have homemade chili.
That looks pretty good. Let's get that into the casserole dish now. And while we're doing that, we'll go to another report, and then you can put the cheese on and we'll get it in the oven.
Lenny Leftover here, filing my latest report of what's cooking. I and my fellow reporters have discovered incredible nightclubs and historic bars in small towns. Now you can learn what we've learned about nightlife options in small towns of the Midwest on KlukTV.com.
Lola Leftover here, getting ready to revisit some dining options I and my fellow What's Cookin' reporters have shared on KlukTV.com. Restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries, all in the small towns of the Midwest. You will love them. The last time I was there, I was the only leftover. Lola Leftover.
I just love those reports.
Yes.
Norma, what are you doing over here? The orders are piling up.
Randy, we are live on TV. I got it. Thank you so very much, Betty.
Leave the apron by the door. Bye. Well, that's the one and only Nosy Norma. Oh, it's been a great show today. I want to thank Nosy Norma for being my guest, and I want to thank my reporters in the field. And if any of you in my home viewing audience would like a copy of the recipe, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Cooking It Up with Betty. Please make sure you list the hot dish recipe, because you'll get a special seasoning packet with that, care of Kluk Television. And we'll see you next time on Cooking It Up with Betty. Bye.
Who are these people and what are they doing? Well, they're talk show hosts, tourists, celebrities, and reporters from your neighboring county of Sweet Swine. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County, and they're sharing what they've learned about the businesses and points of interest in the small towns of the Midwest. Learn all that they learned on DestinationSmallTown.com.
This program has been made possible by the Swine Song Commune, where musicians, artists, and hippie types live together and share their passions. To learn more, visit the online magazine at sweetswinescoop.com. This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of The Sweet Swine Diaries, a collection of unauthorized biographies by Cassidy Davis, featuring a riveting collection of the exotic, neurotic, chaotic, and even psychotic stories about the lives of the Sweet Swine County ladies. Miss Davis is quoted as saying, "I have never seen so many single women with so many problems in my life." Enjoy. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit destinationsmalltown.com.